Welcome back to my channel. Today's question or topic is to the witches or the magicians, especially the ones in black dresses and black garments. We all know the root word for a witch. We know that it is a term that was given to the wise men or wise women of our ancients that had the wisdom, the truth, and knowledge about working with nature, healing, and justice. Nowadays, witchcraft has become a trend. Many people are now getting back to our true spirituality. People are waking up and they know that the religious dogma and things that have been given to us as tools to brainwash us and tools to control us are now being exposed as such, and people are now waking up to their true spirituality. So everybody is now, and not everybody, but most people are now gravitating to witchcraft or magic. Now, before we get engaged in any practice, it doesn't matter whether it's a practice or profession or calling, we should know the foundations of that specific field, or the foundation or the important teachings of that specific profession or practice. We just don't go around and recruit teachers or recruit lawyers or recruit witches because it is not in their blood or in their calling. And because we just go around recruiting people or just use any vessel that we consider as a vessel that we can use for a specific thing, we messed up the foundation of a specific profession or practice. We see, even right now, we see in different professions and practices how people that are not called, that do not have it within them, because it's not part of their DNA or their blood or their calling to be a teacher or to be a lawyer, how they messed up that specific profession and practice. And it's the same with witchcraft or magic. Now, I see so many women nowadays, because it has become a trend to be a witch. They feel, or they think it is a good thing to become a witch without proper knowledge and without true calling and without true investment of the ancients of days within them, or true being fully equipped for this specific practice by the ancients of days and by the Most High creators. The ones that have created the ways of the witch, or the customs and the knowledge of the witches. So it's now trending, and everybody wants to be a witch, and mostly the new age witches that are in the black dresses or black garments or black outfits. That's what I'm seeing and noticing nowadays. Now, when you become a witch, you are tapping into divine knowledge and divine wisdom and divine mysteries. And black represents mysteries, elegance, and judgment, because that's that supreme and divine essence and energy matter of our primordial creators. Black, darkness, or the night are the essence of our divine creative essence. So when you step into witchcraft, you are availing yourself to different mysteries of witchcraft, with the way of doing it, and then the way of judgment, how to judge. a specific matter, because you must be a good judge if you want to be a witch or a wizard or a magician. You have to be a good judge. So many are in a profession or in witchcraft and they do not know the difference between good and evil, the difference between righteousness and unrighteousness. They don't know the difference between what is just and what is unjust. And they call themselves witches. Witches of different sort. They just decide to do rituals, spells, because somebody taught them, or they picked up the skill or knowledge on YouTube, or somebody recruited them without any understanding, inner standing, overstanding, and power standing of that specific craft and the forces that are at play. They are not wise men or wise women or wise magicians. They are just ignorantly evil, or they are just opportunists. They just take on something because it's a trend now. Especially these witches that have been recruited by the Illuminati, by the satanic cults, the synagogue of Satan. They are just ignorantly evil, or they are just opportunists. They just want to be part of a specific trend. And witchcraft is not something that you can play with. Witchcraft is not something that you can just step into and say, yes, I have been recruited by this and that witch or by this and that cult, so that makes me a witch. It's not something that you can go to a university and be educated in. For you to be a witch, it must be a bloodline thing. It is something that is embedded in your blood, whether you like it or not. But now the true witches are waking up, and we understand what being a witch means. We know what being a witch means because we come from the divine mysteries and that line of divine judges. Now, my question to these trending witches, the ones that have been recruited by the Illuminati, by the synagogue of Satan, my question to you is this: because when you go into the field of witchcraft, the craft of the wise, you are connecting with the divine forces of creation, the divine magicians, the source of witchcraft, or with the ancients of witchcraft. Now, my question to you is because now that you are a witch, you have been recruited, and you are wearing a black dress, a black outfit, you think you automatically qualify as a witch. You go through specific different initiations, but are you truly a witch? Or are you just doing the biting of the devil himself that have taken charge of your vessel through different means? One of the ways is also mind control, because once you open your vessel and your mind up to these nefarious forces, the synagogue of Satan and the cults, you have become just an empty box that is just doing the bidding of the nefarious ones, because they are using your mind, your tongue, to speak what they want to speak. You are truly not really a witch. You have become the empty box that they have occupied, because you were not created to be a witch. You were not a divine judge, and you were not divinely initiated into divine mysteries of a wise woman or a wise man. So I'm asking you today, especially those who are coming against or plotting and planning, or those who are being used by the nefarious ones, by the cult of Satan, or by the synagogue of Satan, to come against the righteous, to come against the throne of Pharaoh, or to come against the innocent, come against the chosen ones. Who gave you permission as the judge? Because being a witch means you are wise enough to make judgment between what is right and what is wrong, between who is guilty and who is innocent. According to whose measures or standards of judgment have you judged? the divine will, or are you judging the divine will? Divine will pertaining to the Akashic records of the chosen ones, the lives of the innocent people, or the will of the Most Highs? Who gave you permission to judge that? Because once you step into that box or into that seat, you are becoming a judge. You decide, this is how, for example, how I will delay through my magic or through my rituals and spells. I will delay a specific process or derail a chosen one. Who gave you permission to judge the will of the Most Highs? The will, as in W-I-L-L, and will, which has to do with time, the timing of the Most Highs. Who put you a judge over that? Over the will, which is the oath, the promise, and the arrangements of the order in which they plan to do things. They have planned to do things in this realm for humanity, for their people, for their creation, for MaatKare or our planet. And who gave you permission, or who put you in the authority seat to judge the will, the time of the Most Highs, the creator powers, which are the Anunnaki, the Anu, the divine judges, or the divine creators? Who gave you permission to judge the will of Nibiru, the planet X, the will of the constellation of Orion, Mulsipinsiana? Who gave you permission? As who do you judge a being, as a chosen being or a person who has been given a specific mission to fulfill the oath of the Most Highs? Who has given you that authority to step into that seat? Who gave you permission and authority to judge the will of Inanna-Ishtar, of Isis, the will of Atum-Ra, of Hathor? Who gave you the authority to judge the divine, the Akashic records, the destiny of the beings that they have sent down here on earth, or that they have reincarnated into to do their will? Who gave you that permission? Who gave you the permission to judge the will and the will of the Anunnaki-Krst, the creators, and the ones who have taught humanity magic, witchcraft? Who have given you the right and the permission to judge the throne, the eternal throne of MaatKare? Who should occupy it and who not? Especially with regards to the throne of my great-great-mothers, the will of Sorwe Elizabeth Arabes Navares. Who have given you that right and that permission to judge who should occupy that seat and who not? Who gave you the right to cast spells on or against the will of the Most High creators, the master builders of MaatKare? Because once you interfere, when you interfere with the divine plan, with the Akashic records, with the ways of the Most Highs, you are casting that spell against, or you are attempting, not you are casting, but you are attempting to cast the spells or those rituals against the master builders. You are directly challenging them. Yes, that was a confirmation as I was speaking with that sound, or the confirmation from my divine team, because you are challenging the will, or casting spells, attempting to cast spells on the master builders of this planet. Who appointed you as a judge or as the timekeeper? Who decides it is not time for the true and rightful rulers or pharaonic bloodlines to take back what belongs to them, or to get back in the positions of rulership, to restore and to rebuild what was stolen from them? Who gave you that right? Because you probably have consulted with the Most Highs. Who are you who is defiling the council, the divine council, with your darkened or your black dress and black outfit? Because when you tap into blackness, when you tap into darkness, when you tap into the night, you are tapping into the source of the divine creation, of divine creation. Do you know the ways of darkness? Do you know the ways and the mysteries of the melanin, of the primordial waters and primordial matter? Do you know the mysteries, the depth of it, the width of it, the infinity, how far it stretches, how deep it goes? Do you know the ways of the heavens, the borders, and the essence of the earth and the underworld? Do you know that once you step into that black or dark outfit with no understanding of order of creation, no understanding of divine laws, no understanding of things and people or species and beings, that you are judging yourself? Because black or darkness represents the essence of being a judge. That's why we see all over. You can see even in our world right now that a judge wears a black robe. A judge without any understanding of creation, the laws and orders of how things work. Just because you were recruited, because you feel it's a cool thing to become a witch. Because the only way you think that you can tap into spirituality is to become a witch. But you are ignorant. The only way you think that you can take charge and control of things, you think it's through witchcraft and magic. But you are ignorant. So remember, a black dress, a black outfit does not qualify you as a wise woman or a wise man, because you are judging yourself. And the divine matter and divine forces of the mysteries of darkness and the mysteries of the primordial waters and primordial matter, the darkness of the night, the supreme powers of the night, cannot be played with. You cannot play with the essence and the mysteries of creation and of power without being held accountable. You cannot play with dark matter. That's one essence of creation that you can play with. You cannot play with that. So consider this and hear my message today. If you want to be a witch, it must be a bloodline thing. It must be within you, not going to the university to be taught or joining a cult to become a witch or a wizard. You have to be a true witch. You have to be a true judge. That's what a witch is, and that's what a magician is. The one who can rightfully and fairly and righteously judge between what is good and what is bad. That's why when people come to you, you have to have that supreme essence and mysteries of righteousness and justice and of the wise woman or man within you to know this client who came to me, the matter that I'm going to judge, the matter that I'm going to witch, is that right towards the other? Is that righteous and just? Because if that is not the case, you have become guilty and you will be judged for that. You have judged yourself. Every time you cast a spell or a ritual against an innocent or against the will of the Most High and the destiny of others, you have judged yourself. So be careful. Don't go with things just because they become a trend or because you think it's cool, because you will be burning your fingers, because the essence of the primordial waters and fire are ready to burn, truly burn. You've heard of how they were burning the witches, right? We are talking about the true essence of righteous judgment, the fire of judgment, the fire of hell will truly burn every witch that has taken on that position without being truly called into that position, without being truly the judge of righteousness and justice, of good and evil, and what is of value and what is not of value, what is allowed and what is not allowed. So don't be an ignorant witch. If it is not within your blood to be a witch, it is not. There are so many beautiful, great, and righteous opportunities that you can take on. Don't fall victim to trends, and don't be victim of things. Don't become a victim to things that you do not understand, especially when it comes to divine and to the powers and the mysteries of creation. Because right now there are so many witches that are burning their fingers, on whose lives supreme judgment and vengeance is coming, because they have judged me, the pharaohs, the righteous pharaohs of the throne, the innocent, the chosen ones, They have judged us through the eyes of the synagogue of Satan because they were just recruited or they were greedy. So be careful, because to be a true judge is something that is a calling. So remember this. We are giving out information and exposing things because the time is drawing closer for divine judgment. So you do not go and say you did not know. Even if the spells and the rituals that you casted did not work, you have put yourself into that position and everything goes back to you. Those who are in righteousness and those who are judging things, matters of life, of creation, destinies justly, I applaud you, I salute you, and I appreciate you. But those who are grabbing it as an opportunity to make money or to deceive, not just as an opportunity to make money, but those who are deceiving, because many are just deceiving because people are so hungry to hear the truth. So they have been deceived by magicians and witches that are truly not witches and magicians, because everyone wants to hear something good. Be a righteous and just witch. Be a true judge of matters, because you wrongfully put people in situations that are evoking karma, judgment into your home and into your lives. And that's what is going to happen. The true judges or the true witches have spoken, because it comes from the ancients of days and from the spirit of the Most High and from the spirit of the primordial darkness, the divine mother, the supreme essence of darkness and creation of magic.